Okay, we're going to do some awards now, if that's okay with everybody. Got quite a few, so just bear with me as I make sure I say all the right things. This year, we've hosted an art competition to showcase the talents of children across the community and the secure estate. And I hope you've had some time to have a look at those that have been outside in the sort of foyer area for the last 2 days. The response has actually been huge, and we've received over 150 submissions, and we will also be showing them hopefully behind me as I'm speaking. So to decide on who the winners were, we enlisted the help of children from Hillside Secure and Leicestershire Youth Offending Service, and they were great judges, as you would appreciate young people certainly are. The children selected pieces to be displayed physically in the exhibition, and the overall winners are split into 4 categories. So the category of the 2D media from the community, the 2D media from the secure estate, the 3D media and other art forms from the community, and the 3D media and other art forms from the secure estates. The children selected 1 winner from each category, and the winning entries are now going to come up and hopefully receive their awards for the young people. So for the 2D community category, there was a young man who created an amazing piece of work who lives in Wokingham and was subject to an order under Wokingham Youth Offending Service. The young person's experience with the youth offending team was described as a train journey with mixed emotions from the brain of a young person. On one side, it has a happy journey of support and opportunity with non-judgmental staff, and the other was the emotions of a train crash as to depict what was going on in his head at that time. The young person successfully completed his order and went on to university and to study biomedicine. So we'd like to invite Alita Pretorius from Woking Youth Offending Service to collect the award on his behalf, please. Congratulations, well done. Thank you very much. There you go. Oh, that's fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you. The winning entry from the other category in the community section was submitted to us by our partner on this project, Unitas, who submitted work from their summer arts colleges. The winning entry came from Tower Hamlets Youth Offending Team and is a music track called Paradise. The song was written about a boy's former partner. His relationship with her inspired him to write this song. I believe we're going to hear it now.
Hey, listen. Look, me and you, that's paradise. Something I don't wanna jeopardize. Please don't worry about them other guys. Me and you, we soon gonna take a flight. We're gonna take a flight. We're gonna take a flight. So don't worry about them other.
Is that it? Okay, thank you. I'd like to invite Cherie Littlechild from Tower Hamlets Youth Offending Team to come and collect the award on his behalf. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so we're on to the secure estate. The winning entry in the 2D secure category came from a young man at Clayfield's House Secure Children's Home. The children of Hillside Secure Centre were very complimentary of this piece, saying the level of detail was excellent and the shading was of high quality. Tom Edwards, the young person's support worker from Clayfield's House, is here today. Can I invite you up, please? Ah. Well done. That's excellent. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And finally, the winning entry in the other category from the secure estates came from Feltham Young Offenders Institute. The theme the boys were given was me, myself, and I. And so he decided to create an abstract piece based on his emotions and personality. The piece was created to show that there are a lot of sides to this young man. Sadly, we don't have... Oh, we do? Do we have someone from Feltham? Someone needs to tell me. Yes? Could the person from Feltham come up to receive the award, please? Sorry. Sorry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Apologies, I don't know your name. Oh, our first blunder, there we go. Okay, I'd like to now hand over to Louise Morgan, who is the Head of Early Intervention at Ealing Youth Justice Services, who is here on behalf of Unitas to talk a little bit about their work. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and congratulations to all the winners. We're going to start by showing you a very short video which displays a little more of the Summer Arts College arts work from this year and last year. I think it starts with Paradise again, so you get to hear a little bit of that track. And then I'm going to say a few words about Summer Arts Colleges. So we'll start with the video.
Listen, look, me and you, that's paradise. Something I don't wanna jeopardize. Please don't worry about them other guys. Me and you, we soon gonna take a flight. We gonna take a flight, we gonna take a flight. So don't worry about them other guys, man, them other guys, man, them other guys.
What's been the best thing about Summer Arts College?
I think the best thing about Summer Arts College is probably trying different pieces of art, because like when you're at school you don't really get to experience that many pieces of art styles, so when you're at Summer Arts you can experience different styles.
From spray paint, animation, computers, all that stuff.
Is there anything you'd change? How would you make Summer Arts College better?
I don't think you really can, because this place is pretty much perfect.
Summer Arts College is one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life, and it's had a major impact on what I do now, of my everyday life and how it's affected me. So it's had a very good impact.
Okay, that was just a real snapshot. Everything in that video was created by young people. They recorded everything. They wrote all of the music. So we've just put some pieces together. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about why we're involved in Summer Arts College. I think this year was the actual 12th year, although the first year was a pilot. In Ealing, we've been involved for 10 years, and I've been involved for 10 years personally. When I came to work in youth justice, I was originally a teacher. One of the first things I did was try to seek out programs that were innovative, creative, and actually evaluated was really important to me as well, because I wanted to be involved in things where I could demonstrate that they actually had value and worked. So I was really attracted to the Summer Arts College programme from the start. Our guiding principle in Ealing Youth Justice Service is we would not put in any programmes or activities for young people that wouldn't be good enough for our children. So everything has to be of really high quality, and this was one of the first things that grabbed me. Summer Arts College, for those of you that don't know about it, It's for 10 young people. We target young people who are at high risk of reoffending, so those who are on intensive supervision or on DTO licence. It's funded by the Arts Council England, and that's actually quite important to the participants, because when you explain to them that there's been a real investment from a national body who are really interested in their life chances, that actually means something to them. It's significant. It's a 3-week full-time programme. Start at 9:30 in the morning, finish at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's highly evaluated. It's the most evaluated programme I've worked on in youth justice. That's a mixed blessing, because you are given in returns every day about who's participating and how much they're participating, which can seem quite stressful when you're also working with young people all day. But actually, it kind of keeps you on point as well, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. All the young people on the programme do some literacy and numeracy along with the art. That's embedded. They don't realise they're doing it most of the time. That's a really important feature. Everyone works towards an accreditation, which is Arts Awards. It's a mainstream accreditation. Most Arts Awards are done by children and young people in schools. That's important as well. It doesn't make it stand out as a youth justice qualification. Other crucial factors, food's really important. Small things, but really important. Breakfast, snacks, lunch, healthy food. We're seeing a lot of hungry children these days, so it's really significant for them. Contact with families is really important. You do a home visit at the beginning, you keep in contact with the family throughout, and at the end you host a wonderful celebration event where you invite along family, friends, workers, people that the participants want to come and see, and they want them to celebrate success with them. Major thing, it's fun, it's really important, it's joyful. The arts involved are of really high quality. We've got funding to get good artists in who are good at their own work and who can inspire young people to produce work themselves. We had the keynote facts on the video, but just in case you can't see them at the back, over 2,750 young people in England and Wales in the last 11 years, mostly in the community, but also increasingly insecure. There's been an 84% completion rate. If anyone's aware of completion rates for programs, that's incredibly high in any context. The NEET rate post-summer arts college is halved. One of the real aims is that you're doing it in the summer and you're getting young people to think about what they're going to do in September and to move on into education, employment or training, and giving them support to move on. 2/3 of the participants improve their literacy and numeracy. That's in a 3-week programme, which is quite amazing, actually. 99% of the completers achieve at least 1 Arts Award. Most completers actually achieve 3 Arts Awards. And there is significant evaluation information about reduced reoffending immediately post-summer arts college and also further down the road. We use mainstream venues in the community. We've used theatres, we've used historic houses, we've used museums. We've been lucky enough also to use a small zoo, which is a lot of fun. Other important factors, the staff. You can't do it without a really skilled staff team who are willing to absolutely put themselves out for 3 weeks in a really intense programme. They need ongoing training and support. It's not easy. No one knows how to do that instinctively. You don't know how to do that because you're a teacher or a social worker or a probation officer. You have to learn those skills. We can't exclude young people from programs like this. If we're going to run a program like this, it needs to be for everyone. And we need to have the training so that we can deal with the vulnerabilities of the young people, with risks that are posed. And we need staff that are really engaged in that process. And I'm very lucky to have an amazing team that will do that. In 10 years, we've worked with 150 plus young people in Ealing on the Summer Arts College programme. I'm going to end just with 3 tiny specific examples. I know anyone can pluck a couple of little examples out of the air, so I would urge you to also read the evaluation of the whole Summer Arts College programme that's published by Unitas, because then you will see that these little examples are not just the few that did well, but there's also real evidence about the practice. One of our young people in the first year who was with us on intensive supervision for a very serious offence was able to go on after our programme and volunteer in a historic house. From that, he was able to go on to college. He worked really hard for the next 4 years. He got himself into university. He'd left school with nothing. He completed a master's, and he's now a partner in a firm in London. Amazing. A second young person did Silver Arts Awards, which not everyone achieves, when he then went to sign up for college with no qualifications because of 3 weeks doing Silver Arts Award in the summer. That young person was able to go on a course which was a year more advanced than the one he would have been able to go on 3 weeks ago. When you're trying to catch up, to save a whole year is really important. And the last one I'll mention was a young person who had been in a special school for moderate learning difficulties and was presenting with quite traumatised and challenging behaviour. And people were really unclear about how to work with him, including some people in the Youth Justice Service, actually. So I contacted the school beforehand and I said, could you just give me a little snippet of insight? What is this young person good at? And I spoke to the learning mentor in the school because I thought that's going to be a really supportive person. And they said stealing. And I said, thank you very much. This young person was the most amazing artist that we've worked with in the whole time that we've on Summer Arts College. The artwork produced was extraordinary. 19 to the dozen. We had to provide 3 times as much work for this young person because the artwork was so skilled. At the end of the programme, when we had the celebration event, he borrowed a suit from someone to wear to the celebration event, and his mum came and she was very, very proud. And at the end of the celebration event, she said to me, that's the first time I can ever remember anyone saying anything nice about him. It's sad but true. What we saw from him then is he walked out as someone who was thinking about making choices and reflecting, and what he'd walked in as was someone who was just reacting. So, and that's the position that we want to leave all the young people we work with in. And I think for me, this programme is the hardest thing we do, it's the best thing we do. Thank you very much.